Professor Dinesh Singh, respond to this. There's a feeling that English is the language of aspiration. All over this country, there are English-speaking coaching classes in small towns. Why should someone be deprived of English till class 5 if, let's say, they are living in rural Bihar and eventually want to use English? The other side is, this is the moment to encourage mother tongue, particularly when you're young, and there is cognitive knowledge, according to Dr. Kasturi Rangan, which improves if you study, let's say, science as a 7-year-old or 8-year-old in your mother tongue, or mathematics.
Well, Rajdeep, I would agree with Dr. Kasturi Rangan to a large extent. There are enough studies, and people all over time have said that mother tongue is the best language to introduce a child to. Things are changing, as I think Rukmani said, that, in her home, the mother tongue was a different language from what is the native language of Bihar. So there will always be some of these things, but for the larger crowd, the large majority in Uttar Pradesh or in Bihar or in Gujarat, it is the mother tongue of a large number of people. And there it would be wise to give them an opportunity to begin their education in their mother tongue. There are enough studies to show that that is the most beneficial way. So I would encourage that. But just quickly to add to my co-panelist from the Vasant Valley School.
Yes.
That it also depends on the teacher. A teacher must be adept. And, it's a huge challenge for us to make sure that our teachers now rise to the occasion in many ways vis-a-vis this policy. And one of those ways is to be able to handle students in a multilingual way, at least 2 or 3 languages. That's very important and very productive. We have to handle these issues together.
Sure. But let's be honest, and Yogendra Yadav, you were the one who commented immediately after the policy was announced, saying it's nothing new. This is multilingualism without imposing any language. Neither has Hindi been imposed on the states of the South, even post 5th standard. You can have your 3 languages. Do you believe to that extent that there is a built-in flexibility? Or do you believe that there should be an attempt to make mother tongue mandatory in some schools or in schools in general?
Rajdeep, the advantage of having a good panel is that you at least agree on basics. And I'm very happy that everyone on the panel agrees on this basic cognitive principle that children should be given primary education in the language they are most comfortable with already. And Rajdeep, for at least 95% children in this country, the language they speak at home, the playground language, and the language of most people in their localized school is the same. So that should obviously be the language of a medium of instruction. How can there possibly be an argument about it?
No, I'll tell you where the argument, Professor Yadav, sorry to interrupt. I have a friend who runs a school in rural Maharashtra. He says, my children may lose out because they come from poorer backgrounds. They may not be able to afford, let's say, English tutors. They may not speak English at home. When they come to class 6th, if until then they haven't had enough English experience, they may lose out. Bengal, many believe, lost out because they enforced a Bengali till class 5. Do you believe that that is a good way forward to insist on mother tongue till class 5? I know the policy doesn't, but do you believe that's...
I'm glad you interrupted and asked this question. It was good because even educated Indians don't make this absolutely elementary distinction between learning English as a language, which is necessary, I would say mandatory, and whatever the other problems of colonialism, this is one gift we are left with, so why not use it? But that is very different from English as a medium of instruction, which is an intellectual problem, which is an obstacle. In Britain, recently they have all discovered that learning Mandarin is a very smart thing. Mm-hmm. So in all our schools in London, I now realize they are teaching Mandarin. But no British teacher would ever think of teaching history and geography through Mandarin. That would be barbarity. The same thing applies to India. Mm-hmm. How can we possibly debate? And Rajdeep, and in these discussions, what we forget is that most English medium schools in this country are not like Vasant Valley. Come to my village, come to this country. In most so-called English medium schools, which are mushrooming, the child does not know English. The parents do not know any English, and the teacher does not know any English. And these are called English medium schools. This is pedagogic barbarity of the worst kind. How can we possibly promote it? Having said this, let me also say something about politics. Mm-hmm. This country is a country of linguistic apartheid. English speakers rule this country, no matter what is written in this policy, it shall not be implemented.